Welcome. This is our last day of our training for network marketing. And today we're going to talk about um, staying in contact or getting exposure. Okay, first off, I have to stop doing this. All right. I watched my last one and I noticed that I am really bad at like eye wandering. So I am really going to focus this time on looking at you. I have a podcast and I find it easy to look at the camera when I'm doing the podcast because I have somebody else there and I'm just really watching them. But I do have a hard time just like looking at myself. So I'm going to really focus on looking towards the camera and stop my eye wandering because that really bothers me. So I apologize if that bothered you as well. So today we're going to discuss creating interest, and that is these are things that you could actually use then for any type of business that you're building because obviously if you don't have customers and you don't have interest, then you're going to have a hard time selling your products. So some of the important things are first off, I think it's important to know what kind of questions would people have if they were considering your service or your product? So make a list of questions, questions that they would have as far as how to use it, how to get it, how to, um, let's see here, how to use it, how to get it, how to reorder. You just really brainstorm all the types of questions that you think anybody would have about the use of your product. Okay. Then, you know what? A really good thing to do would be to ask Chat GPT. Hey, Chat, what questions would somebody have if they were considering changing or using a skincare product? And then that could help you build up that list. But you want a really good solid list of questions that people are going to ask because that's what you're going to build content on. You're going to answer those questions. And that's most important is not how great your product is, but how are you doing at answering questions people would have about your product. So, all right, so keep those questions on a sheet because that's what you're going to create your content on. So then when you go in, social media obviously is a great place to create interest in about your product. And so you're going to go into your social media and you're not going to talk about your product. You're not even going to mention the company, all right? Because and I've heard this over and over again from different coaches. You don't want to mention your company because then they could go in and just search for the company or search for somebody else that they know that is doing that particular product. So you want to get them interested in your product, what it does first, and before you actually introduce them to what company it is. Then let's see, you want to all of your posts should be mentioning again, not naming the product, not naming the name, not naming the company, sorry, but mentioning all the benefits of that product. What are the results of using that product? All right. What progressions are you making? How are you? I did that again, didn't I? I looked up there. I know this little camera thing is just like really hard to look at. Sorry. Okay, I'm sidetracking myself. I'm sorry. Okay, what progressions are you making using that product? How is that product making life better for you, making your body better, giving you more free time, giving you, well, whatever that product is, making your home safer, whatever network marketing company you're with. What are the progressions that you are making using that product? The longer you use that product, how much better is life getting for you? The successes in your team, how congratulate your team members on ranking or in getting a new customer or showing the story that things are that people are successful in this business. Share those particular successes and just celebrate with your team online in social media. Celebrate with them. Just call out their name and say, "Hey, congratulations, so and so ranked up or did whatever." Just, have celebrations. Use Canva to create pretty celebration posts. Canva is free. I don't know if you're aware of it, but Canva is a very easy program to use to create really nice looking content to share. As you build up your business, you want to make sure you're getting their emails. Don't depend on social media only for your business because I can swear it has happened to me. I actually lost my Facebook account. It was so, I lost my Facebook account for 3 months. I was at a point, so I got hacked through Instagram, which, if you don't know, Facebook and Instagram are the same company. But I got hacked. They went through my Instagram account and got to my Facebook account because I have them linked together. And they like changed my email to somebody else's email. So for a little bit, I could get into it, but I didn't know that my email had been changed. And they put me as a like secondary person on my own personal Facebook account. And eventually they eventually just completely took it over. And I there was a post from Facebook saying, "Hey, your account may have been your email has changed." And so if this is not you, let us know. So I seriously every day for 3 months emailed Facebook and Instagram saying, please give me this account back. This email's not me. I was just trying, and everybody was like, be very kind, don't upset them. No, you know. And so for 3 months, I sent a daily email to these Facebook and Instagram emails asking them to give me my page back. And I was at a point where I was restarting my Facebook, and that is terribly hard because you're not connected to your friends, excuse me. And so your friends think that that's not a real account. And so it's so hard. But you definitely want to put a security on your Facebook and your Instagram. I have that now. All right, but going back to the point of creating an email list. So you do want to create an email list so that as you're building up these contacts, that if you lose your social media account, whichever one is your more prominent social media account, you can get back in contact with them and let them know, hey, my account was hacked. I'm starting a new account. I just want to make sure that if you get a weird message from me, it's not me. And then just continue that through the email. But also, you want to have a list of your own because not everybody's going to see your social media post. I mean, it's just designed that way that only a small percentage of people actually see your social media post because they want you to pay to play. So, having an email list then makes sure that you have a chance to get more contact with them. So if you have a relationship built with those people, then usually there's an average range of about 60% open rate. So if you're if that is your specific email list, then you have a better chance of those people opening. So things that you want to kind of keep in contact with them is like update on new products. If you have a new product coming out, just updates on new products. If they're the company itself is offering free webinars. Like I sent out an email this morning to my contact list because my company is doing a free webinar on November 8th. So I'm letting people know that this is an opportunity to learn about the new product that is out, to learn about the opportunity of the business, and just to explore more. And so it gives me a direct contact with them because I have their email address. Also gives you a chance to let them know of any specials. So our company usually runs a special each month. And so that gives me an excuse to email them and say, hey, this month's special is, and go from there. And then also I use an email to actually highlight one of my favorite products. So it's not on special, it's not a new product, but hey, this is my favorite eye cream. I would not start a day without this. And just gives you a good opportunity to create that email. I would not put a lot of things in emails. I would keep it to like one topic because people's attention spans are so short that you just want to give them one highlight. So it's better to email them more often with short content than to email them like once a month with a lot of content. I use Constant Contact, and I'll actually give you a link below if you're interested. If you already have started, if you haven't started collecting an email, maybe you only have like 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. Honestly, it's not too hard to just send them an email. But once you get to up, say like 25 or more, then you'll want to use a program to kind of keep that organized if your company doesn't offer a CRM that does that automatically. All right, another item that you want to consider to create more exposure for yourself is video marketing, short video marketing, short videos. People would much rather watch a video than read content. So it's a big deal to be able to create video marketing. And so what you create content on? I would start with answering those questions that I suggested that you make at the beginning. So make just a short video clip of each one of those and well, each one of those questions and answer it. Um, that makes it also very reachable because those are questions that people are going to be searching for. So that makes it easier for them to find your content. You would want to maybe create some video of showing you using the product. How do you use this eye cream or this, what, how are you putting this drink together or whatever your product might be. And then also you want to answer questions about the business, again, without mentioning the business. So maybe you just talk about how great the compensation plan is, or what tools they offer, or how they make it easier to build a business. All right, so another way of getting exposure is actually use paid advertising. All the social medias have a paid option, and I actually am running currently a Facebook ad for the opportunity for my business. And so if that's something that you think you would like to, it's not easy. It's a very complicated process. So once you get to a point where you're ready to use paid advertising, please reach out to me and I'll give you a referral to my coach because it's not an easy process. It's good to have somebody there to actually guide you through that. To gain exposure, you should join Facebook groups that are of interest to you. So maybe, excuse me, sorry, dry throat. Maybe joining groups that are like in your age range, or say that you have children at home and you want to join groups with young children or teen groups or things like that, things that you would have interest with. Maybe you're joining a cooking group or a book club group, and this is just an area where you can build relationships and get to know people, and then say, hey, what do you do? And then you, hey, what do you do? And that type of thing. So you want to build a conversation. So joining groups is a very good situation. You could do webinars, ta-da, like this. So pick a topic, answer questions, give guidance on how to build a business, give guidance on how to use your products, just webinars that are of interest. And there again, you could use your list of questions that I suggested at the very beginning to build up that webinar. You could actually be a guest on podcasts. It is so much easier to get on a podcast these days. And if you have a topic that um, you can create an interest in your topic by doing podcasts, not by being a podcast host, but by being a podcast guest. And if you think that would work well for your product, let me know because I have found the greatest ways of finding podcasts to be on. It's not nearly as difficult as you may think. It's not something where you need to hire somebody to get you on podcast. It's not a difficult complex. The one thing that I think is probably the hardest part of network marketing business is creating the follow-up plan. And you need, I think maybe yesterday, I shared a Google spreadsheet, and that's very helpful. But you got to make sure that you take out time every day to just check to see if there's anybody you need to follow up with. Is there anybody you need to send out a sample to? And just a short check just to make sure that you're not going to lose a particular contact. So that was those are all my notes, and that is what I had to share with about creating interest. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I'd be happy to help you out. And I was thinking about um, content for next week, and I think that I am going to discuss how to take your hobby and create it into a side hustle. So it'll just be a 1 day type of presentation. It wouldn't be a long presentation like I did with this. I think I did this in a series of days because I just didn't want to overwhelm people with too much content at one time. So please leave your questions below. I'd be happy to answer them, and I'm looking forward to just more interactions with this group. I just want to really use this group more to help and educate people into looking for their side hustle and the best way to build that. All right, so thank you.